Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda, where in the last episode we went back to Angara and dealt with an architect there and also dealt with the whole contagion situation by killing everyone involved. Also now there's probably an architect husk orbiting it. Yeah. Alright. The Architect's programming directives have been interrupted. Its orbital standby motor remains tethered to its own planet Angara. Architect's armor suggests multiple self-repairs due to sulfuric exposure. Signal patterns indicate it's somehow monitoring Angara's groundwater. Well, what we're done with Angara for now. At least, you should never say never in this game. So, let's actually, now that we made it all the way back here, let's get back to Aya, because we have a few things that we can give to the Angaran. I think there's also some developments with the Moshai and other people there. So let's just check what's going on there. Alright, let's go down there. Where is it? Well, apparently that's actually not the correct planet. Oh, that one. Why did I click that one? Probably because the text box was so close. Never mind. Let's hope we can somehow disperse of the rumors that there's such a beautiful garden world here that the Andromeda Initiative needs to settle here like right away. Because the Angara will probably not take that too well. In any event, let's take a look at what's up. Something going up there, and yeah, the astronomer wanted help locating some satellites. Let's take a look at what's developing right here. Hello? What are you doing here?
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder. Initiative Pilot Marixus. I run supplies to your outposts.
Oh, hey.
What brings you to Aya?
Your survival supplies only Aya has. I'm waiting on clearance to enter the city, but it's taking too long. I understand their caution, but the outposts need these supplies. I have to get them, now.
They let me into the city. I can help.
I appreciate that. To start, EOS needs a way to produce food to support population growth. They've requested quinoa seeds to begin their own crops. There's an agricultural scientist who might sell some.
I'll make sure to get those seeds.
Settlers on Angara are suffering from a bacterial infection. They need Angaran antibiotics to fight it. A medic in the city should be able to help.
Got it. They'll have that medicine in no time.
Great. Alright, Mariko?
You're always a welcome sight, Pathfinder. Still no word from our search vessel. How goes your hunt for the missing satellites?
Your people caught scavengers from Kadara port stealing them. There was a fight. Your ship lost.
I sent them out. And risked your life, too. The scavengers, Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again?
No, they were from the Nexus, I think.
Criminals were my people. Exiles. They ripped your satellites into scrap. I brought what's left.
The initiative is supposed to explore, not steal and kill. Why would your people steal something that protects us all? Murder those who are only trying to help.
it's complicated, and it wasn't us. You need to realize that we have several factions. Like you and the Roka are also one people, but you're different factions.
These were a few bad people. There are thousands of good ones out there.
How can we tell the difference? Maybe the others are right. What if you are no better than the Ket?
These scavengers abandoned the initiative, just like your deserters left you.
And we hate them too. Keep what your people stole and go. I can't talk to you anymore.
Sorry to hear things went south with that Angaran astronomer, Ryder. Found a silver lining, though. The scrap satellites are gonna come in extra handy.
Not as handy as what we could have had, but I'll take it.
I'm not gonna lie to him. I could have probably told him it was Rokar and all, but if you figured that out, if you figured out later that it was Nexus exiles, I think we would have been looking at a much worse situation than we would have now. So if he doesn't want to deal with me because the exiles did some stuff, then well, his loss, I think. I try to help him. I was honest. I can't be made accountable for everything that people do. Memorial Garden dedication. We rose from nothing to touch the stars, made homes on many worlds. Do not mourn what the Ket stole from us, celebrate what still remains. All things reach their end and make way for new life to fill the void. The worlds, the people we lose will return in time. Family grows forever. Dedicate this garden to those who are not here with us, but who will one day return. This place is for them. Alright. Let's visit our own embassy. Hello.
I trust our people had a smooth transition to Aya.
The Angara have been gracious. Everything's going well.
Good. Keep me updated. 10 out.
I've never lied to a director before.
What?
Pathfinder, it's a pleasure. I'm Ambassador Riala, Chief Diplomat for the Initiative on Aya. I was removed from Cryo specifically for this. Quite the wake-up call.
Well, I guess that means that you're an expert in intercultural relations, so I'm glad to have you here.
I assume you're trained for first contact diplomacy.
I'm a social anthropologist with a linguistics background. Close enough for Director Tan. I hear you're to thank for our new ties with Aya. This is our best shot at an alliance. Now we just need to keep our people from wrecking it, no matter how hard they try.
Yeah, seems like there's trouble.
If something's wrong, I need to know.
Maybe you can help me fix it. A Solarian botanist named Sorvis Len is here, learning how to improve our crops. He sent an urgent comm, saying a member of the Angaran resistance had threatened him.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Sorvis is an excellent scientist, but not the best communicator. I'm concerned this could escalate if someone doesn't look into it, but I don't have the staff to spare.
Yeah, I'll go and do it.
I can go settle things. I'm a friendly face for both sides.
That would be helpful. With any luck, we can prevent this from getting worse.
Aside from Sorvis Len, is everything okay? Need anything else?
Actually, yes. Director Tan gave me a project. He wants more Aya natives to live on the Nexus. He thinks it will deepen our partnership. A few Angara expressed interest, but none of them will agree to live on the Nexus without speaking to you first.
Why me?
After what you've accomplished? I didn't want to bother you, but you asked. I'll point you towards the candidates. If you could convince them to transfer, I'd be grateful.
What's our end goal for Aya?
A strong alliance is all we can ask for. It's what we're working toward. Helios is the Angara's home. They dictate the terms of this partnership, not us. We need them as allies, and they could benefit from us. But we have to tread lightly.
Show them we're not invaders.
Historically, when two civilizations meet, one consumes or destroys the other. We need to break that cycle.
How many of our people have they let into the city?
A strictly limited number, and only certain professions. Scientists, engineers, and scholars. The Angara have agreed to allow some of our people to work in Aya's research facilities.
That's huge.
It's more than I expected. Tan wants me to push for social visits, but I'm holding my ground. We need to move at their pace. They've been extraordinarily gracious, all things considered. I'll take whatever they're willing to give.
All right, glad we're on the same page here. Take care.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
Hello.
The ambassador's messages are overflowing again.
All right, let's go and acquire some seeds, and also we need to find a plant for Suvi. I think it was for the party that we're planning. Apparently.
When I first escorted you through our city, I wasn't sure it was the right thing, but you proved I was wrong to doubt. No, more than that. You didn't have to save the captives from exaltation. I wonder if you realize what that meant to us.
Well, we're here to help you in any way, in any way we can, at least.
We're in this together. The initiative wants to help.
I want to believe it. You're so different from the Ket. What can I do for you?
So what do you do for fun around here?
The Tavatan is a popular spot for recreational activity.
Right, but what do you do? Can't work all the time.
Productivity is the best form of relaxation.
It's also a great way to get stressed out.
You sound like my brothers. All 10 of them.
10?
And 8 sisters. They're not allowed to bother me at work.
Tell me more.
10 brothers and 8 sisters. You have a big family.
I've always thought of it as average. How many siblings do you have?
1.
A brother, Scott.
What happened to the others?
Our parents only had 2 children. Underachievers.
That sounds relaxing. When my family gets together, the noise is like standing next to our largest waterfall. My mother says I became governor, so people would have to listen to me.
Is she right?
Always.
What's it like being responsible for a whole planet?
I suspect it's like being the Pathfinder. Some days it's a burden. Most of the time, I know I'm where I should be.
How did you become governor? Do your people elect leaders by popular vote?
If by vote, you mean argue loudly until one candidate remains, then yes. I got here because I was willing to endure and fight for the obligations that come with my office.
I sense tension between your government and the resistance. Who's actually in charge?
Ephra likes giving orders, right until the actual work of running a city starts. The resistance is good at protecting us from the Ket, but our people need more. I've learned to indulge Ephra's need for control, just often enough to maintain my own.
I'm not going to ask her about relationships. I mean, I think we're crossing a line there.
I'm hoping you can help me get on Ephra's good side.
If I knew how to do that, my job would be much simpler.
Sometimes it seems like you two don't get along at all, and other times...
He's a brilliant tactician and inspiring leader. We just disagree on what's best for our people. He believes secrecy and isolation keep us safe.
What do you believe?
We can't defeat the Ket alone, and neither can your initiative.
I have a few questions about your culture.
I'm happy to answer them.
Don't take this the wrong way, but this isn't your only city, right?
Not at all. Vold and Havarl both have several large population centers. Aya has numerous residential areas similar to this.
Are these places open for visitors?
In time, perhaps.
I've noticed that you, Ephra, and Jal all speak with different accents.
When the Scourge first struck, there were many Angaran worlds. They were separated for centuries. We developed divergent cultures and dialects. Ephra was born on Vold, and Jal is from Havarl.
What about you?
The cat left my homeworld in ruins. Those who survived were forced to flee. We found a refuge on Aya. My family helped settle this world.
Wait, how did that happen? Even before the Scourge, you had civilizations on different planets but had no contact with one another? How the hell did that work? Oh.
Aya seems important to the Angara.
Aya is paradise. This world is a gift. We created the Vassals so everyone could enjoy this place, if only for a short time.
I heard about that. For a new person to live on Aya, someone here has to leave. Will you have to leave?
Someday. For now, Aya needs me.
Your people revere the Moshai. What did she do to earn that?
After the Scourge, our civilization was in ruins. Those who led the rebuilding were thinkers, experts and inventors. The Moshai is the greatest scientific mind of our generation. She led us to a new age of technological innovation. When the Ket attacked, she studied their technology, learned their tactics.
You owe your survival to her.
We owe her everything, and we'll do anything to protect her.
Why didn't you tell me about Kadara Port when I first arrived?
I assumed you already knew. We didn't realize there was a difference between your exiles and the Initiative.
Fair enough.
As for Ven Terev, Ephra hid his betrayal from everyone. He'll answer for that.
Thanks for your time.
Ishare, Pathfinder.
Alright. That was a pretty helpful conversation. Now I'm looking at your console. Council meeting notes. Personal meeting notes of... yeah. V wants to open Southern Valley region to development with a goal to provide refugees with permanent homes. K believes we're already at risk of overcrowding and harming the local ecosystem. Wants to lose land strictly for food production. M proposes compromise solution and construct orbital habitats using Nexus technology. Refugees will rotate between Aya surface and orbital habitats using lottery system. He disagrees with accepting initiative help and especially tech. Points out that the black hole will make orbital construction projects difficult and may attract notice of cat patrols. Findable today to know above. We need a better home for our people. Votes for Naval remains unstable. And oops. And Aya is too small to support all of us. Is Kadara Port an option? Do we even dare attempt reconciliation? Proposed amendment to statute something. Governor. Recent creation of an alien embassy and permission for non-Angara to enter Aya's city has created numerous potential conflicts without governing laws. One particular area of concern is the resolution of such dispute. These aliens are not citizens of Aya and therefore do not possess any legal rights or responsibilities. More importantly, we can't enforce punitive measures on them for violating our laws. It's impractical to grant all of these individuals diplomatic immunity. Sooner or later, this legal murkiness will become a significant problem. I would prefer we clarify our position now. This review my attached document. It's slightly under 300 pages and not as thorough as I'd like, but I believe it represents a good start. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Sincerely, Arbiter Omna. Yeah, I agree with him. Sorting that out would probably be a mess. Because, you know, we probably don't want everyone to be judged by Angaran rules and laws, because we don't know them and barely understand them at times. Yeah. It's a mess that we'll have to sort out eventually.
Your credits are as good as anyone else's. Don't start any trouble and we're fine.
Okay.
I can do that.
Good to hear.
So, I would actually like to buy something. I think. I have a remnant fighter model. Sure. By that. It's also by the plant. Oops. Alright. You want something from me, maybe? I think I have some spares that I can just give you. With give, I mean, so. Of course. Because I only need to equip myself, not not all of my people. All right.
Whatever you're making, I have something to help. Mercy, you're back.
Weird question. You don't have any Kiloa seeds, do you?
Yes, I do. Need some?
Sure. Thank you. Hello?
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived
Alright.
my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
Well, we have technology for that.
You'll have ways to send them text messages and comm transmissions.
I want contact with the people I love. You offer machines. Not good enough, Pathfinder.
Alright. I would classify that as contact, but I guess... Guess if you want to be nitpicky, then it may not be contact in the strictest sense. Let's go to the Tabaton. Hey guys.
Good to be back here. Ready to hit those scans?
What am I looking for?
Moran called out supplies that may have useful properties for our tech. Just need to get Sam's eye on them. Take a stroll. Enjoy the market. Nav sent.
I just was there. Damn it, guys.
When trouble comes calling, will you be ready?
Not today.
Buy my armor.
Liam?
God damn it.
What's going on?
Nothing to worry about. Just come grab a table with me.
Increase your odds of survival. Wear armor. I'm not selling to aliens.
Alright. Sure. Be like that.
Pathfinder, you're good here. We'll worry about the data another time.
Liam, what's going on?
I, figured we should head up somewhere nice and open. You were being cased.
What? Wait, what?
Are you getting me in trouble? What was this about?
We're not in trouble exactly, but I don't blame them for being angry. I wanted to get data that would help yields at our outposts. Moran told me what to scan, but I called it off. I still owe her, but it's better than pissing off some gouging hardliner. Sorry I didn't clue you in. It's a security thing. Food is security.
Was this an attempt to copy their methods? Steal secrets?
We're not competing companies. It's about learning to live here. Remember my Tempest freakout? I tried proper channels, got blocked by the Angara and the Nexus. There's only so much Jar can tell us, so I did what we do back in crisis response. Bend the rules.
Tell me about it beforehand so we can work it out.
Liam, I deserve better than having this sprung on me mid-market.
You're right, of course, you're right. And the Angara are right too. The last people who showed up out of the blue were the Ket, the ultimate users. I don't want us getting lumped in with them, and I really, really don't want to ruin the market. Street food and shooting the shit with you feels normal. About time something did.
We may have to stick to ourselves for a while, if that's what both sides seem to want.
It isn't. Saw it all the time during crisis deployments. Us versus them turns into food versus no food. We have to figure this shit out, or both sides will hurt.
Alright. Let's speak to the Moshai. I also have things for you, I'm sure. It was the Moshai.
Effa should have come to me.
Shh, Axel, I'm all right.
You almost died. What's she doing here?
I'm looking for you.
I asked the Moshai to set up a meeting. I don't want us to be enemies.
Is this true?
Axel, Ryder rescued me from the Ket. She risked her life to...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
Well, I'm definitely different from Sloane Kelly.
I want to be allies. Equal allies.
You don't even treat your own equally. Isn't that why the Krogan left?
How did you...
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Ket, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel... He didn't used to be like this. He was curious, brilliant. But the Ket, even without exaltation, they change us.
Maybe we can still convince him somehow.
There's still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens...
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
Oh god, what the hell is going on? We now have to deal with the Rokar making a push. Wait, let's also talk to the Moshai while we're here. Fire vault plans, okay. In dictation. After years of staring at these vault plans, so much of it still remains a mystery, not that we haven't tried. So after what happened, maybe it's best to leave the vault alone now. We've spent so long on Aya striving to learn whatever we can about the Remnant and their amazing constructs. See a future in these Remnant plans. Core intuition, scientific intuition if you will, but I've marked it down for posterity. Let's see what unfolds.
I found a device Ven was using to communicate with the Archon. I think we can use it to triangulate that Ket flagship's nav point.
All you have to do now is board it, steal the Meridian artifact, and escape in one piece.
Well, if you have any suggestions, I'm open.
You've been there. Tell me what to expect.
I saw very little. Corridors, an interrogation room, my prison cell. The Archon's vessel is a place of pain and death for the Ket's enemies. No one has attempted anything like this before. For all our sakes, you must succeed. Now it's my turn. Evra informed me that the despot of Kadara Port, one of your people, executed Ven Terev.
Well, you're not gonna blame me for what Sloane did, will you?
Sloane isn't with my people, and she doesn't speak for us.
Her actions spoke loud enough. She had no right to kill Ven. What he did was inexcusable, not unforgivable. This isn't what I wanted. Regardless, it's done.
Any ideas on how we stop the Ket for good?
The real question is, how do we define victory over them? Complete eradication? Unlikely, costly, and morally dubious. Drive them away? How? What stops them from returning?
Peaceful coexistence doesn't seem to be an option.
There's much we still don't know. The Ket are not a simple problem. We can't reduce them to a simple solution.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about me intrigues you?
What are you working on these days?
I thought being a Ket prisoner was the worst fate imaginable. Then I got home and saw my backlog. A Valek comes in every so often asking if I have a second. At this rate, I'll never catch up. To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
You're an expert on several topics. Remnant, Ket, stuff I don't even know exists.
All true. Why? Do you want to be my student?
Is that an option? Because I didn't train for this job. At all.
Yet you do it well. There are two kinds of knowing. What we take in from the universe, and what's already inside us. You have the essentials figured out. The rest you can learn as you go.
Are you originally from Aya, or someplace else?
I was born on a research vessel in deep space. My parents were explorers. They never stayed in one place long. My own work has taken me to every world, many times over. They all try to claim me as their own, but if I'm honest, my favorite chair is here.
You and my crewmate have a close relationship. Any advice? Hints?
He talks in his sleep. Worth it for the look on your face. Jarl is a dear and hopeless former student. He has a good spirit. You're lucky to have him, that's all.
My translator doesn't know what to do with your title, Moshai.
Because it isn't a title, it's a reference. People from mythological times, before the Scourge. Legends say we once had many Moshai. Master inventors of unfailing wisdom, guided by boundless compassion.
That's a lot to live up to.
It's nonsense. Don't remember who first called me Moshai, but I do recall telling them to shut up. To my regret, the name stuck. I've minded less lately. Being the Moshai has its uses.
When the Ket are gone, if we fix all these worlds, what do the Angara want?
Depends who you ask. We're individuals. Paran will continue spreading hope and optimism. I don't know what Ephra will do without an enemy to fight. Retirement won't suit him. As for me, maybe I'll just fade away. That's what people do when they're no longer needed, right?
Well, I heard those people do want to wish to retire to somewhere tropical and live off from the royalties of the vids, what they did.
Thank you, Moshai.
Ishare.
Think that sounds like a good enough plan to me. Notes regarding excitation. The question isn't how the Ket genetically modify us, but why. If excitation is their reproductive process, Ket are a model of inefficiency. They can transform one life form to something so radically different, and surely the Ket must also be capable of creating clones. And that provide the most satisfactory results, especially for such a xenophobic culture? The goal of incorporating useful genetic material from other species into the baseline Ket genetic material doesn't fully explain the level of effort they expend. Excitation is a lengthy and labor-intensive activity. What I witnessed at the facility doesn't feel like mass production. It was almost religious. There's so much about our enemy I need to understand. Well, it's possible that they only try to, you know, get the best and brightest from who they're trying to conquer. And then clone from that, because there's degradation going on if they clone. So maybe that's part of what's going on there. Anyway.
Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
It seems they can actually turn me down if I don't indulge their fears. Or if I don't allay their fears, I guess. So I would say normally that there are no guarantees, but then she'd probably say, oh, it's so dangerous for me, maybe it's not what I imagine. I think we're pretty safe there.
They wouldn't let me on Aya if I was a walking petri dish, would they?
You aren't taking this seriously enough to satisfy my family.
God,
I can't go without
yes.
their blessing. I'm sorry.
Oh, seriously? Well, that didn't go quite according to plan.
Hello, Pathfinder. Any good news for me?
Is this Angaran? I found it on one of your homeworlds.
Son above. It's an ancient Ravan, a musical instrument. It uses Angara's body energy to produce music. We have them now, but nothing is beautiful. The songs it played were probably lost long ago. How much culture have we forgotten? Art, music, stories, it's all gone.
You're already rebuilding. Look at Aya.
We have a long way to go. In any case, relics like this help us.
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
God damn it! If I would have told her that there's no, I can't promise you one way or the other. If I'm honest, and probably would also have been dissatisfied with that, right?
Take a break and enjoy the view with me.
Damn it.
Well, what do you think?
I could get used to this.
We take turns living here. You can see why.
I love pretty much everything about it.
I love the air, the breeze. And one day we'll have more places like this. I have faith.
What? Was someone... Oh. You.
I can't work under these conditions. What does it take to be left alone?
Please calm down.
Ambassador Riala sent me to check on you. You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course. I was measuring the photonic dispersal from the canopies when some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders. He got right up in my face and compared me to a ket. He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
Please try to not be so rude. It's possible that he was just referring to that they need to take turns to be here because they can't maintain a population here for so long. And because you're here, then someone else was not here who would have been here otherwise. So please consider what you're saying.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but dial it down. We're guests here.
Exactly. We shouldn't have to put up with this. When he left, I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters, see if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do.
We're all representing our interests, and you're not doing a really good job. So we're looking for infrared something.
No entering the med center until you're clean.
How do I decontaminate?
Ion console. Touch the start pad, it does the rest.
My people on Kadara are fighting a bacterial infection. Do you have antibiotics?
Of course. Will this do?
Sure. Alright.
I detect the infrared dye Sorvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
That's our man.
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
No, I want to listen to what you want to say about it first.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me?
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the Vassal. Time of change. It worked well. Until now.
I understand that. So you're referring to that we kind of upset the balance by bringing additional people here.
The Vassal never accounted for outsiders living on Aya.
There's only so much room. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
Alright. So could you maybe go to him and apologize so we can put all this thing behind us?
He thinks you want him dead. Tell him what you just told me, and let's move on.
Thought I was clear the first time. Maybe his translator malfunctioned.
I'll talk to our ambassador, see if we can minimize our impact on your Vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us.
Alright. Is there something else? Well, we have one more candidate that we might be able to convince to go to the Nexus. Unless I botch it up again, you know? Which wouldn't surprise me at all. God, I want to travel there. Thank you.
Good to see you. Any news on what happened to Sorvis Len?
Do you know about the Vassal? The Angaran lottery that decides who gets to live on Aya.
I've heard of it. Why?
Angara are selling their slots to come here so our people can stay in their place. Including a member of the Angaran resistance. He was killed on Vold. Wouldn't have happened if he'd been here.
No one told me of this arrangement. Oh, we have to do something.
Well, we could provide them with room back on the Nexus in exchange. Maybe that will help, not to get people killed out there, you know? I think paying... I don't think so. Talk to them? What about? Let's maybe try and make room back home.
We could let Angara who give up their slots live on the Nexus. It's safer than Vold.
Exactly what I was thinking. No one should suffer on our behalf. Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll forward your proposal to Director 10 immediately.
Alright.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
Good. Let's try and not mess up the last person that could maybe want to live on the Nexus on his own free will. Just maybe, you know. Hello?
Ambassador Realis said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder. I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer, but I won't be happy as just an observer. I need to work. I engineer power systems. Will I be allowed employment alongside your people?
If I say sure, then you say, oh, you're not treating this seriously enough, man.
If you put in a request, someone will get back to you.
And if they refuse? We'll have to think about it. Thank you, Pathfinder.
I found Kiloa seeds for EOS. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure EOS gets them. More of your outposts need help, if you have time. Vold's power grid is lagging without proper solar input. The solar amplifier would give them a boost. The solar technicians here may have the required parts.
I'll see what I can find.
Are you kidding me now? Why didn't you just tell me that before?
You work on the solar panels. Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
Let's go back to him and probably he says now, no, we also need something for other outposts. Go talk to that guy. At which point, I'm not you go get... Ugh.
Here, I have the antibiotics for Kadara. Will the settlers be okay?
Once they have these, they'll be fine. I'll make sure they know who to thank.
Here, I found the solar amplifier for Vold.
They'll be happy to see this. No more power outages. Thank you, Pathfinder.
You have everything you need now, man. Great. Alright. It was a pleasure visiting you guys. I'll be heading back to the Tempest now, though. Alright, we got notifications from Axul that maybe something's happening, and then Subi contacted us that something's happening on EOS. So we maybe have to return to EOS? I don't know. Guess we need to talk.
If you could come by.
Alright.
You have new email at your terminal, Pathfinder.
Alright, we can also check on mail and all, sure. We'll check with our people in the next episode, then probably go to EOS and try to proceed from there. But we'll be seeing that next time. Have a good one.